I met Fady. I'm quite shocked because I met Fady before my best friend did, and my best friend, Marta, is totally obsessed and in love with Fady. I mean, come on, let's face it, everybody that knows Marta knows that she's besotted with Fady. There was a crowd of fans around Fady, so I wasn't comfortable enough to just barge in there. I wouldn't have barged in anyway because I have respect, but I was like at the back of the crowd, kind of like out the way, just admiring him from a distance. I rang my friend and I said, look, Fady stood right in front of me, come quick. I have really bad anxiety, so I was really nervous about going over to him. I really wanted to. I was beating myself up on the inside, like, it was horrible. Like, the voices inside my head, and it was so overwhelming. But I just thought it's best to like wait for Marta and just stand back, because Marta would probably make me feel more comfortable. Before I knew it, Fady was walking towards me, and in that moment my heart started racing. I froze. I didn't know what to do. I turned around. I was facing the other way, and as he came up to me and started walking past me, because obviously I don't think he realised who I was to start with, I followed him. I was stood right next to him, walking like right next to him, and I was just like, just say something, say hi. But I physically couldn't do it. I don't know, I froze up, I guess. Next thing I know, we are both looking at each other, and I don't actually remember everything that was said because I've got really bad memory, and I was nervous, like nervously excited. So I'm just going to say what I do remember. If I remember correctly, he kind of like pointed at me and said, Kaysleigh, right? And I was like, Kaysleigh, yeah. He said, hi, how are you? I'm glad you could make it. I just replied and said, I'm good, thank you, and you? That's when he said, I'm good, thank you, come and give us a hug. So I gave him a hug, and then he said, where's your friend? And obviously by friend, he meant Marta. I then told him that she's on her way, we're going to meet her at the bridge, which is the way that we was heading. I had a gift bag of presents for him from me and Marta, so I gave that to him, and I said, me and Marta brought these for you, and he then said, oh thank you, that's lovely, you didn't have to. And then I said, I know, but we wanted to. That was literally the only conversation that we had, but I wouldn't change any of it. I would not change any of it. It was really nice, and the fact that he remembered my name and he recognised me means a lot, because I don't actually think I would have spoke to him first because I have really bad anxiety. So I'm glad that he did. I kind of feel stupid though, because I was just like following him until he spoke to me, so he probably thought I was really weird. But it's done now, and I still wouldn't change it. I won't change any of it. Anyway, we arrived at the bridge, and I shouted Marta because I could see her head above the crowd, because it was quite busy. Fady then walked straight up to her and gave her a really big hug, which is when I got my camera out and I was spamming the photos. Everybody say, "Aww." This is where it got really busy, and I'm claustrophobic, so I didn't really like it. There were so many people. I was still stood with Fady at the time. Me, my friend Rosy, and then my best friend Marta, that was obviously there, we was all stood next to Fady, and we was walking behind him on the bridge, and then suddenly the bridge was like, it was full of Faydee fans, like FaydeeArmy. I wasn't pestering him or anything, I was literally just stood there admiring like the way that he was with his fans. It was really nice to see, you know, him taking pictures and videos and singing to his fans, and really, really crowded. Marta and Fady had a little conversation, but I don't remember what was said. Fady then started taking videos and was getting everybody to scream and make as much noise as they can, which was really fun. I remember I was jumping up and down, actually, like a sado, but I was in the back jumping up and down. And then he was taking pictures and videos and singing with fans, which was really nice. I grabbed his ass one was on the bridge. I said to my friend, has anyone grabbed his arse yet? Because if no one's going to do it, I'm going to. Fady didn't actually say anything, he just kind of laughed. The first time I don't think he knew that it was me. Somehow I then ended at the back of the crowd, which doesn't surprise me because I'm claustrophobic, so I don't like crowds. And then we got off of the bridge, and obviously it was more spacious. So I kind of ended up like 3 people behind Faydee after that. Marta was still right next to him. So many people. After I took a picture of Faydee hugging Marta, Marta then asked for a picture of her and Faydee. So I then said, oh, I want one too. So obviously I got in the picture as well. Everybody say, oh. I was watching mostly from afar, and I just saw the way that he was with his fans, and it was absolutely amazing. It really, really was. He made sure everybody had a picture. He made sure that he spoke to everybody and gave them hugs. Everything that people wanted signing, he signed for them. The whole time, Fady was making sure that nobody missed out, the whole time. Marta wasn't only hugging Fady the whole time, she was hugging my phone too. But then obviously when she wanted something signing, that I got her for Valentine's Day, which is a picture frame with love heart confetti in it, and I put a picture of Fady in the frame. I started recording and I shouted over to Fady, I brought her that for Valentine's Day. He then said, oh, did you? You're the best friend ever. And then I said, I know, right?
I brought her that for Valentine's Day.
Did you?
Yeah.
You're the best friend ever.
I know, right?
I was still stood like outside of the crowd of people that was around him, and then as he was still signing like bits and bobs that fans wanted to be signed for, I got my camera out and turned it around on me, and I was like stood in front of everybody that was around him, and I shouted, everybody smile, and only 3 people smiled. Anyone would think that they didn't want to have a photo with me. I actually forgot to mention, just as we got off of the bridge and I got closer to Fady again, I grabbed his ass. Anyway, we ended up at a concrete bit, and all of his fans were stood around it like it was a big rectangle, and fans were stood on the outside. There was Fady, James and Ronnie stood in the middle, and I loved it. It was brilliant. At first, people were taking it in turns, going up there and having their picture took. It didn't last very long because Fady ended up going up to fans instead of fans going up to Fady. About 5 minutes after, me and my friends decided to leave because we had been there for a long time. It was cold, we was tired. Our goal was achieved. We spoke to him, we gave him a hug, and we had some pictures with him, and I grabbed his ass twice. We gave Fady another hug, and we had one more picture with him, and of course I had to grab his ass one more time. Why, Kaysleigh, why? So after that, I'm pretty sure he knew that it was me that was grabbing his ass. Kissy kissy. Is it even legal to look as good as he does? Thank you for this wonderful experience, and I hope that we get to do it again soon. Fady is extremely lucky to have a good bunch of people that support him, and I'm really pleased to have met some of you as well. It's been nice. Hopefully we'll see you all again soon.
Tell me what is love? What is love? I don't know anymore. Selfish ways that you gave, cynical masquerade. You took the stage and you played it well. Then you lie with a smile, so it's hard to tell. I defended you. I gave everything I had. Wrote a song just to get over you. Remind me of what we never had.
Fady, could you do recording on?
All right. You wanna sing with me? Yeah? Nobody? Okay. No,
When I see you, I go crazy. Yeah, I lose my mind. Yeah, that's my baby.
Love you no more. Yeah, what is love? I don't care anymore.
you got them.
Would you make a call?
Marta!
No, hello.
You make me feel this way, I'll never know. But I hide with a smile, and I keep holding on. I defended you. I gave everything I had. Wrote a song just to get over.